Piglins are one of Minecraft's most iconic mobs. They've been in the game almost since it was created, and they've changed a lot over the years. Trust me, when you get to the end of this video, you're gonna see that this is way different than what they started out as. And they have tons of secrets. So these are 10 secrets you never knew about Piglins. Number 1, depending on how long you've played Minecraft for, I feel like I've played it for quite a while, but some people out there have been playing it for 15 years, which is how long the game's been out for. But anyway, you may remember that Piglins didn't used to be called Piglins. They used to be called Pigmen. So there didn't used to be zombified Piglins and just plain Piglins. They used to just be called Pigmen. And in fact, this is where we're going to be starting. We're going to be starting at the beginning of when Pigmen were made. We're going to be going down the timeline, looking at secrets and their history. And so, number 2, this pink texture that's in their texture that we all know and love, and it's been there forever. It didn't actually used to be green. This used to be red when it was first coming out, but Notch decided that he didn't like the blood, stating, quote, "It's more fun to be scary without blood." And you know, I agree with him. It's really easy to just make things all like gory and pass it off as scary, but it's so much cooler to make your own kind of unique scary things. And besides, Minecraft wouldn't be as kid-friendly of a game if it was like that. For number 3, originally the original texture of Piglins looked like this, of course. But before the hat layer was added, you know, that thing that lets you add accessories to your head, like cat ears or headphones or a sweater, that didn't used to exist, or at least it didn't used to exist on Piglins. So it was just a skull for them. For the longest time, baby Pigmen actually still had this, so their heads were just skulls. Number 4, how do things get added to Minecraft? Most of the time, things get added to Minecraft because just the devs think it up. There's also the Minecraft feedback page where you can submit your own feedback for the game, and if your thing gets enough upvotes, then Mojang might add it. But back in the early days, it was mostly just not coming up with stuff. But the idea of a Pigman was actually suggested by a guy named Mick Lee, and as a reward for coming up with the idea, Notch gave him this special cape, a bacon cape, only he has. I wish I had my own special cape. And guys, at 100 million subscribers, we are gonna ask Notch, or Jeb I guess now, to make us a custom cape. Even though we aren't hitting 100 million anytime soon, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I make videos like these all the time, so if you love learning more about Minecraft, similar to skip the tutorial videos, or if you just like having fun, because I do challenge videos too all the time, then make sure to subscribe. Number 4. Bro, you already did 4. It's number 5. When Pigmen were being made, their texture, not this texture was designed by professionals, but the original texture that was in the game for so long, that inspired this one too, was made by a guy named Zophobia. And in the original textures, there's a secret message that says, "Thanks, Zophobia," written by Notch. And you can't see it in game, but you can see it if you look in the game's code, or at least if you looked in the game's code. It's not there anymore. Number 5. I don't know why I messed up the number again. In the script, it even says number 6. In beta 1.7, like some kind of early versions, it was removed in beta 1.8. Then Piglin actually dropped pork, and this was cooked pork too. Kind of sad that they don't drop it anymore, but you know, it kind of makes sense. Be just as gross as eating rotten flesh. Number 7. The idea for Pigmen was they were just a normal pig dude. Here's the texture, and the texture actually was added into the game, but it was never implemented. And zombified Piglin, or just zombie Pigmen as they used to be called, are the official zombified versions of these. Kind of like adding the zombie villager, but never adding the villager. And speaking of villagers, for number 8, these Pigmen were actually going to be the inhabitants of the villages before the certificates were added. Yep, that was the original name of the villager too. I hope I don't make it 10 secrets you never knew about villagers, because it's gonna be a little bit sad if I have to do that fact over again. You guys are gonna be like, 98, we've already heard this one. We know that villagers used to be called testificates. One of my favorite original Minecraft animations is called Testificate Man by Element Animation. Make sure to go check it out, it's really funny. Testificate Man, Testificate Man. And number 9 is that you were going to be able to hire these Pigmen as bodyguards. And number 10, the last one, right, is that Pigmen, you're probably so confused by me saying Pigmen. It keeps messing with my brain. Originally, when they were changed to Piglin, I thought it was confusing and I kept saying Pigmen, but now I can't stop saying Piglin. Anyway, originally they had 2 armor points just built into them, so it was like they were always wearing an iron helmet. Of course, this was removed when they added the ability for them to wear armor, but it was a cool way of having them be tougher than the zombie, because like in every other way, they were the zombie. Like they literally had the same code as zombies. Wait a second, all of these facts are about the past, and I thought that I said that I was going to get to all the history about how they became the Piglins and all that. Well, this video actually has a part 2. Of course, I'm just kidding. Here's the actual thumbnail for it, and it's already out. Don't worry, I released these 2 at the same time. Make sure to click on it right now, please. Oh, and before you go, make sure to like the video.